welcome to Majority Report. We have a special episode today. I'm here with Cherie, your grandmother's favorite stranger, John, Big Brain Strat, and we have a special guest, a founding partner of Majority, the president of Majority, a marketing guru, a strategy genius. Asmirh Davis is with us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We will be discussing some fun stuff. The buy now, pay later space, that category is doing interesting stuff. But before we get to that, how are you doing? What are your Juneteenth plans? What are the interesting things you've been seeing online?
I don't have any plans per se. I will probably do some family things this weekend, and just relax and be proud to be Black.
That's what Juneteenth should be about.
I said we should be relaxing. We've been working 400 plus years.
Considering what it represents, we should be chilling.
Yeah.
That's literally the day we should not be doing anything at all.
There you go.
Celebrate it while it's still here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, come on now.
Hey.
It's not going anywhere. What kind of what happens when Juneteenth gets canceled? That'll be protests like we've never seen.
Riot.
You said we're still gonna riot?
No, celebrate it. Black people, we don't need a federal holiday to celebrate something.
True.
We're gonna celebrate it anyway.
You know what's crazy is how hard we were celebrating July 4th as well. But my family used to in Texas. They could celebrate July 4th.
Texas?
Yeah, they can celebrate July 4th. But yeah, let's get into this buy now, pay later situation. And before Asmirh gets into her actually master points, I know John saw the Cash App situation. So please tell us about it.
Let's talk for a second. Let's, pick up the mic.
Pick up that heavy up. The mic is heavy.
I mean, you
got it.
But seriously though, did y'all see Cash App and ASAP Rocky kind of partner together on this thing? And I'm seeing a lot of brands are kind of like dipping into like buy now, pay later in different ways. But for those who haven't seen it, long story short, Cash App introduced this Afterpay thing or whatever, and they paid off, $1 million worth of Afterpay payments. Mm-hmm. One, I'm curious if y'all saw it. Two, just general thoughts, like what are y'all thinking about what's going on? Like, does this seem like a trend or just like a empty kind of gesture, so to speak?
I have immediate thoughts. One of them being, has anyone seen the remake of White Men Can't Jump?
Oh, with Jack Harlow in it?
Okay.
Yes.
Jack Harlow is hilarious. I've seen like stereotypes about which demographic uses Cash App the most, being us. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, that's funny. ASAP Rocky's involved. But yeah, in that movie when Jack Harlow looks at the player and says, "You seem like a Cash App kind of guy." Mm.
That's racist.
That really got to me. So I was like, whose idea with this? And they know because
that's very good insight.
I like Cash App. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was interesting that a rapper, was like the front facing, giving the money, the Band-Aid or that we discussed to everybody and helping them out with Afterpay.
Yeah. And being that you are in Strat and like are in the space, is that the solution instead of just like, hey, we're just gonna like give you money to solve your problems? Not necessarily solve them, but like, here's $1 million, we're gonna pay off all these debts, and that's gonna be our marketing plan.
I mean, I don't know. I'm sure Cash App has historically done a really good job of being culturally relevant and doing things that are going to move people forward and sort of using their platform to innovate in a way that's more long-term and not short-term. But I will say I think it's a sign of like a greater trend that more people are using tools and resources to manage their finances so that they have more liquidity. Like the reality is that most people are not wealthy or even well off, to be quite honest with you, right? Like everyone is, most individuals that you or I run into on a regular basis are just one crisis away, one like layoff away from being homeless or bankrupt or in serious financial ruin.
Isn't it like most people don't have $400 if there was like an emergency?
Yeah.
There was like
I thought it was
a stat or something about
These
like
days it's probably even lower.
It's even lower with the cost of like your everyday goods being so high and inflation. It's probably even significantly lower than that because the cost of just living is higher.
I should pull up stats.
Okay, let me need a new tire right now.
We always got the research.
Right. Shambles.
And that is the
research
thing. That is the
I'm
thing
in
about
shambles.
like, you know, we talk about financial freedom. It's like, what does that mean? Is it the freedom to buy whatever you want? No, it actually is like, it's a mindset and a mentality. It's the freedom
like that.
to know and be comfortable with, if something did happen, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Like that is what financial freedom really is to the everyday
Yeah.
person. Like most people aren't out here trying to like flex with some gold chains and like want to spend their money on things that we would consider luxuries. They really just want the freedom to live stress-free and know that they got food, shelter, and like the everyday comforts and conveniences of life that we all feel like we should have access to. So I think it's an interesting play for them to not necessarily like the influx of cash being the solution, but like to bring attention to a new way of managing finance. And like that's what the buy now, pay later space is offering individuals, like the ability to, you know, take something that you, even everyday necessities, or even if it is a luxury, something we consider a luxury, like I can manage this in a way that like I can pay part of it right now, and then I know I got X income or check coming at this point. So I am able to float some of my money longer by using this like extension of cash that they're giving me for now to be able to use what I want, what I need right now. But I'm not now living in a state of stress because I have no room for error from this point on.
Literally,
you know?
nothing can go wrong.
Nothing can go wrong.
Nothing can
Because
go wrong.
that's the thing that leads people to make suboptimal financial decisions. And then we want to judge them for it, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I had to finance the tires at 25% because I needed tires on my car,
Yes,
right?
25%.
Like, it's like, I know. That's
No,
why.
Just take the car.
If you've ever had credit card debt, like that's
Take
the
the
trap
car.
a lot of people get put in their first time with like credit.
Oh, I
like you see that
absolutely agree.
29%
Yeah.
APR, you're like, oh, that's not bad. You just
No, that's
like,
insane.
And now you realize you're paying 3 times more for the thing that you needed right then, just because you didn't have the cash right then.
Yeah.
You know? So that, and then again, and it's a vicious cycle, right? Because then people get judged for it like, oh, that's wild. And the system is just not built for them to be able to do what we all are looking to do, which is have the freedom to live without concern or stress that if one thing goes wrong, this house of cards is falling down.
Done.
Quiet is kept. Tangentially related. My brother forced me to watch Straw over the weekend.
Yes.
And that's essentially what the movie is about.
Exactly.
Like, one thing, to not give away the plot in case y'all want to
I'm
watch
gonna say,
it.
don't spoil it. I haven't
Oh,
seen it yet.
come on, man.
I haven't seen
Well,
it
long
yet.
story short, the whole movie centers around, it's money at the core of it. Like, one domino falls in the beginning of the story, and then everything goes downhill because, again, to your point, a lot of people are dealing with financial insecurity. So, like to the point where people are like floating groceries with buy now, pay later.
Yeah.
And if one thing goes wrong, then literally everything else unravels. And the movie's about that.
Yes. That's exactly what it is, and how it will bring you to your breaking point.
Yeah.
Like, and so that financial insecurity, like we use that terms like that, insecure in a way that's not just like, oh, this is an inconvenience. So this could ruin my life if X goes wrong, and then I'm late on this, and then if I'm late on my rent, then I get evicted. If I'm evicted, then I have no place to stay, and if I can't, like, all these things are what people deal with on a regular basis, and having access to a different way of managing your finances is a longer term strategy or solution that is going to give people the tools to get to the security that they're searching for.
Yeah.
I also want to say, because I think some people hear it and kind of what you just said, they assume that people are going to completely misuse it, or that it's just going to like keep you in a hole forever. But it does take having some money knowledge and wanting to plan and make sure you're still using like a tool like this correctly. And it's not just another way or another Band-Aid, kind of like we're saying. It's like still be knowledgeable about money, still understand like what it can do for you or how it's going to hurt you, interest rates, whatever it may be. But yeah, there's like another conversation to be had about people's money knowledge and education, and do they want to learn using buy now pay? Like, maybe that is a savior situation, but just understand it.
Because it's just like a new wave of budgeting, you know?
Exactly.
So it's like, if I know, okay, I got this event coming up, like my sister's wedding. I was like, okay, well, I gotta make sure I get my dress for my sister's wedding, but I also have to make sure like I pay my bills and like my car note. So okay, let me pay $20. The dress itself is $80. Let me pay $20 now for this dress because I can pay that off throughout, but I gotta pay my rent right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I gotta pay my rent right now, so I'm gonna make sure I pay that. But I also have my sister's wedding, so let me like move stuff around. But like I have a budget that's okay this month, and then like you add that into your budget. So next week or in 2 weeks, I know okay, $20 that goes to whatever buy now pay later system that I'm using, and it allows me. What do they say? Keeping your comma, I think was their
keep
term that they like.
That's real though. When you go and check that balance, like it hit different.
Comma goes away.
And you be like, ooh.
Where the arm and hammer at? Where the pot at? We gonna have to
right. Your weekend start looking different. Like, you know what? I'm gonna be in for the weekend because this is it's
Cook your food, stay inside.
Right. It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
How do y'all feel about financing vibes? So like, people have been using buy now pay later for like Coachella tickets. Like, do y'all feel like that's an irresponsible use of it, or do you think that honestly? Do you think that's like just financially savvy to be like, you know?
I think listen, I don't know your life. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, I just don't even, like, we got to get out of this judgment of what people do because you don't know what's going on in someone's life. And if Coachella is the thing that makes sense for you to use this tool that you have access to, then go off. Like, I trust that, like, the individual knows better than I do about what's best for them. It's like because really and truly, when you think about it, like when innovations like this come to the forefront, the most savvy users are the ones who adopt it first.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And so like we talk about like they need knowledge. It's like they know how to work a dollar and make it stretch longer than anybody. So like I'm not gonna question somebody who can turn $15 into $1,500 throughout the course of a month by shuffling some stuff around into the if I move this here and then I move it, and then before you know it, like how did you manage to pay $1,500 worth of bills off of $1,200? Like, hey man, you just got to know how to maneuver. So I don't think that like it is our place, especially if we all acknowledge that the system that we operate in, it's working exactly how it was intended to. And it was intended to benefit a very small percentage of individuals, and that is the wealthy class. Like they are meant to maximize their wealth and profits as much as possible, and everybody else is just trying to get in where they fit in. Like that's really what it is. And until we start rethinking like this notion of that it's individuals and their poor choices that are putting them in this situation and not the broken system that we're all living in. Like I don't care who you are, like eggs is too goddamn high. Like it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter how much money you have. Like it makes no sense for things to cost the way that the amount that they cost, especially in the year our Lord 2025, with all the innovations out there that we haven't found a way to make living in this world more cost effective for everyone. Like, why are we not using innovation to better the greater good and not just continue to feed into the structures of the system that got us here?
I'm about to AI some eggs, honestly.
AI some eggs.
Right? If I could use AI to feed myself, y'all would never see me.
Like Spy Kids, like
yes, like what is it you do? And then you put it in the microwave, and it's a whole McDonald's meal right there. Yep.
Or I should say SpongeBob with the holographic. Plankton had the holographic meatloaf. Remember that? That's what you want to have.
This combo is funny though, because I was watching Joe Budden podcast. I know, like, judge me later.
Judge me later.
They had a whole conversation about like the proper way of using WIC, because like a couple of guys on the podcast used to be broke, now they're rich. So like now they're like, to your point about like they're putting everything on people's poor choices as opposed to the system. So like Joe specifically is like, no, you shouldn't be able to use assistance to get a steak. Like, no, you should be getting X, Y, and Z. And it's like, well, you were just in that position. And all that to say, these are all. I mean, you know how people flip.
So you're punishing people for being poor.
Which is low key what banks do.
Being poor is expensive. That's how somebody said
being poor is expensive.
Like overdraft fees, all type of different hidden fees and stuff like that. Not to turn into shameless plug land, but banks really do punish people for being poor.
Say, oh, you didn't have it? Here's a fee because you didn't have it.
Okay.
Right.
You got to keep at least this much in your account or we're going to charge you.
Right.
What do you
And the
mean?
crazy part is if you call and talk to somebody, they can waive it. So it's like, so you really didn't need to charge me this.
Y'all just wanted to.
Because they can catch you slipping and like hit you with more fees and do stuff like that because you didn't have the money at that perfect time. I'll say, yeah, they don't take it.
It's crazy, yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
Oh no, say your piece because I have something I want to say about Coachella.
Oh no, it was gonna go on back to that because like Coachella is one thing because they've been doing it for a minute. I know Rolling Loud when I went years ago, in my past life, I paid like half before the concert. Like I paid like I think it was like 3 different installments, but they were doing this was like back in 2015, 2016. So it's like that for concerts has always been a thing, but I now like buy now pay later has become more of a topic, so people are now talking about it. But then also, okay, Coachella is one thing, but this whole DoorDash partnership that another buy now pay later had, is that going too far? Like Coachella is one thing, but now you're trying to like a Chipotle bowl, buy now pay later, a Chipotle bowl. Like, is that going too much? You know what I'm saying?
They got 5 kids.
The thing I think though to remember is that like I think in your mind you think like, oh, DoorDash, that's where I go to get my pizza, my wings, and my like burrito bowls. But DoorDash offers a lot of other conveniences as well, right? So like, I mean, I don't know. Let's say I'm a single mother and it's the middle of the night and I have a sick child who's got, not to be gross, but like got diarrhea, and my baby I'm out of Pampers and I don't want to leave the house in the middle of the night with my baby and there's nowhere else there. Yeah. I can DoorDash
the Pampers.
Yeah. Like, so again, you don't be knowing people's life like that, and like you make the automatic assumption based on like your frame of reference and your lived experience is like DoorDash is where you go for the late night snacky snacks, and right, and that's cool, and that's a lot of people's, but it also is a way to get other everyday conveniences, and that can be a resource to someone who needs it. Yeah. So, did y'all see? Speaking of like mothers like using this for stuff that comes up, because I automatically thought about when you think about like how those financial things hit you out the blue when you don't really expect it. Summertime is here. We know it's in full swing, and I never understood until I had a child myself that like kids, especially school-age kids, when you're so used to them going off every day and they're gone all day, school's taking care of them, they're eating and drinking and doing all the things there, and then they come home and they're at home all summer long. All day. In your house, as my grandma would say, using up all your AC. Eating all your food. Breathing your air. Yep. You just like, and then all of a sudden that AC bill look different. Yeah. Right? The food, the grocery bill done doubled. And you're like, where is your school stomach at? Because this can't be the same stomach.
School stomach is crazy.
That you take to school, because ain't no way they feed y'all like this. You eat once, maybe twice a day at school. You come home and you in my fridge 5 times a day.
Yeah, make up for that lost time.
The school food, don't they put like additives?
I feel like it's
I don't know,
unhealthy
man.
over there, so they just be
I don't
full
know.
of
I feel like it's a different stomach.
Nutrition.
It's a different stomach. They switch it out. They carry it in the backpack or something, because I don't understand, because it's like you don't get snacks all day long when you at school. So why now that you're home?
Because they in the house.
You're like, I'm starving.
They in the house.
I'm starving. So like I think about that a lot too. It's like, man, if you are again just right on that edge, and July, August come around and that grocery bill done doubled and utilities looking crazy because you got kids, again, as my grandma said, running in and out your house. Yeah.
That's what why when we were younger we had to play outside all day because we couldn't come inside and eat up everything. No, stay outside.
Once you come inside, stay inside.
That's it.
Stay inside.
And then if you do that, then you got to take a nap.
Yeah.
Don't you come in this house
Painful.
eating up?
Once
Yeah.
you stay outside. Yeah,
You're
'cause
done.
When you come inside, you're done. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're done.
Flashbacks.
Yeah.
They were, at least my folks, they were legit about that. Like,
Mine too.
you in the house?
Mine
Like,
too.
okay,
Oh, you're
good.
not-
No, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You're not going out.
Oh,
And you're
You're
gonna
not.
get a job once you do get in the house too.
Oh, yeah.
Facts, absolutely.
Like there's gonna be something for
You
you to
gotta have
do.
Go ahead, sweep up.
You're,
Go ahead.
yeah, you can go ahead, grab that broom. I need you to
sure.
like whatever it is. Yeah, so
And now
that's
you
why
don't wanna be in the house.
You don't want to be in the house. I also saw, speaking of this, like the buy now, pay later spaces and all the different options out there. I ran across, it was either IG Reel or a TikTok of a woman in the car, and she was just kind of like looking in the mirror doing her hair. Her little girl in the back seat. And
I seen that
the
video.
little girl in the
I know
back
exactly
seat
what
is like, you talking about what you need to get? You need to use that Affirm. And her mama was like, girl, I done maxed my Affirm out. And like just casually, like she's talking to her homegirl, right? And then it dawned on her, like, cause sometimes kids will try you, and you realize they talking to you like you one of their little friends. And she said, wait, you be in my business too much. Why you listening to my conversation?
I got your around too much. She was like, Andrew.
Yeah,
The little girl like, Andrew.
her daughter was like, that's cause I'm with you too much.
I was
She really
laughing.
said
When you
that?
put that in our Slack, I died laughing. We'll put it in the edit because it's so funny.
I'd be like,
It's so
let me
funny.
you somewhere.
Where the
It's
switch at?
so
Like,
funny.
where the-
She said, I'm with you too much. And then she's like, clock that T. Her mom was like, clock it, you right. You
Literally though.
Cause you right. Her
Straight
mom
to
was
the
like,
heart.
cause she was like, you ain't told a lie. You know what? You need to get out my, you in my
How honest
business.
children are.
They are.
You can
But
invest money.
I just thought it was so hilarious that the little girl was like, you got the money, use that Affirm.
Wow.
She was like, it just naturally, she was like, no, I done maxed it out. She,
Like,
who are you talking to?
how you even know? You can't even spell Affirm.
Right.
Can't barely spell your name. What do you mean? But I mean, that brings up a good point of like, of course, when we were younger, we didn't learn about taxes and stuff in school and like how to budget in school for real. So like, when is a good age to kind of bring this into the fold, I guess? Because like, you want to teach them about banking and like finances and stuff like that, and then like, is this something that we want to bring forth and be like, hey, this is an option as well, you know? Or is that something that we kind of want to steer? Because at 16, I was able to get my own bank account and like I got a job and I was able to start working. But like something like this would have been great because like I'm not really paying any bills, but like if I can use this to kind of stretch the
You
little
get
bit
into the habit of how you
Yeah.
manage your finances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A quick question: if you are doing something like buy now, pay later, do any of these it helps your credit if you do it properly, or is it not tied to that at all? Can you do
Some
that?
I believe do. I don't know the
Okay.
details, but I know that some of them do.
Okay.
But a lot of them don't. And the reason why they don't is because like again, like the credit system is not necessarily set up to benefit us, and it's not set up to accurately report these types of programs and platforms, so that like it just hasn't been worked out that is I think a viable solution for most of the offerings. But I the concept is not really new. Like, what I mean by that is like this idea of like breaking up payments on something outside of the traditional revolving credit or even like installment credit, like you think about like a mortgage or something like that. Like I would not have had a Christmas many a years if it were not for layaway in my household. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely different because you're not lending money to have something now, right? Like that's what the buy now pay is like. You can have this now, basically use our money to pay for it, and then you pay us back this amount each like month or however the installments are broken out.
Do you feel like the cultural perception is now different because like you mentioned layaway, and I feel like that comes with a certain level of baggage. When you mention it, but like it made me think. I was like, I wonder, what if back then they would have called layaway buy now pay later? Like would it have made a difference? Because I feel like the stigma doesn't exist as much now. Like especially with like just the current economic
The branding.
climate. People are just like, oh, okay, cool, you spread it out with some payments. Like more so they're like that's your business as opposed to oh you broke.
Yeah. I mean, I think that we've just gotten more comfortable with the idea of using alternative means of financing,
Okay.
just as a society. And that's out of necessity,
Even
you know.
crypto and stuff.
Yeah.
Even the two names, like, I guess it feels different when you hear layaway. It means like, oh, you're putting your money towards something that you can't even show for yet. And
That's what made it makes it feel a little different.
Like, I have this and I can show for this. And money's leaving my account.
And I also think part of it too is like, this is how powerful culture is. The concept of layaway was used to, in a way, like demonize and criticize predominantly Black and brown, low income communities. And that narrative just like got ingrained in the social zeitgeist so much that even the people who were using it now feel like stigmatized it in a way. It's like layaway. It's like you wouldn't have had a Christmas if it wasn't for layaway. Like like
Kmart and Burlington were on it.
Right. Kmart.
Like
Kmart was on
like
it.
the idea that like you need a winter coat. Winter coats go on sale during this time period. I don't have the money to purchase 3 good winter coats for my 3 children right now. And if I do, it could, going back to what we talked about earlier, put me in financial strength because if something comes up, then I have no cash, right? So what I could do is I can pull these coats out now. I get it on the sale price. And I pay for it over the course of the next 3 months, and then when wintertime comes, my children have nice coats. And I didn't break
that. Is a great point. I didn't think about that timing as well.
Absolutely.
Sale and,
Listen, my family, that was the thing. It's like they're on sale. You get it now and put it on layaway, and you get that price for it. So
let me get all my winter stuff now.
Yes,
because that is smart. I didn't even think about that.
That helps transition into what I like too, because you brought up Coachella, and one of my favorite things about buy now pay later now is travel and people like making flight opportunities work and trips work. Because the other thing is, I got into a conversation with someone about travel cards and sometimes what it even takes to get a certain travel card and be able to use that on your trips. So buy now pay later being in the space for some trips and flights, and thinking about there's hot times to get tickets to certain locations, there's like prices to go up and down. So using buy now pay later for that and getting to, because I love to travel and getting to see the
experiences.
world and see that concert. Like that.
That's just like Coachella.
That's huge to me. That's everything.
Is it interest free? Because I know some spaces or some people do that, right?
Buy now pay later.
Yeah, like, it's just flat out 4 payments, no interest.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I understand.
Well, it's usually some sort of like service fee associated, but it's minimal in compared to what interest rate on a credit card would be.
It's way like having a travel card is supposed to, like, you got that good price and it's broken up without that crazy interest.
So that's free game right there.
I
never thought of that, because like in the past I'm just like, okay, I'll just put it on the credit card, break it up into 2 or 3 payments. Cool. Yeah. Interest could be what it be. But like, that's a viable option. Like, oh, you can just use BNPL, and I know it's just a flat rate, and I'm not paying any interest on it. I'm just like floating the shit. That's,
It's actually wild. Wild. Does anybody have any other closing thoughts before we move on to our majority T on buy now pay later? I feel like it sounds incredible, and we all agree that it's like a necessity for a lot of people as long as they use it correctly.
I mean, you can use it this part if you want, but all of this combo made me think about one service that offers a lot of these things that we're talking about, and it's Zip.
He said, Zip does do all of these things. Yo, Zip has airlines on their site that you can use to travel with. They have like a list, like, use this to go somewhere. I was like,
Zip has a whole card.
Y'all are cooking.
When I tell you, I literally use it for this hair right here. I'm not even playing with y'all. I got Zip because I got so much stuff coming up, but I gotta look good. There's no way that my hair. It was a crisis.
Zip your beauty.
And I did.
They told me,
okay, here's your card, however much it is. It's on us, girl.
Okay, we'll get into our majority T. Does anybody have work they want to talk about? I do want to shout out Shea Moisture. Look at our Instagram. Shea Moisture has more great work coming out really soon. If there's anything else y'all want to hype up, talk about.
I mean, we talked about it last week, but Sprite Plus Tea is performing really well in the market. I won't say the sales figure. I'll keep it on the low for now, but doing extremely well. You've probably seen a lot of the pieces roll out on social.
And we just saw a man. We got lunch
Literally
yesterday.
saw
Man walked
man.
right by the office drinking Sprite plus tea. We're like,
Shout out to our clients. Again, we're doing phenomenal work together, so kudos to them. More is in the pipeline, but yeah.
I'm excited.
nice. And then Asmirh, where can people see you next? What are you up to coming up? You can find it in the highest places.
No, I don't have any necessarily like events or like panels or speaking engagements this summer planned. I'm gonna be. We got a lot of productions going on, so I got a couple. I'm gonna be on set a lot. So yeah.
Nice. And she was just at Where Are All the Black People Atlanta. That was really great. Gems were dropped this past week, I guess. It was like so long ago. But yeah, we gonna wrap this up. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Asmirh, for joining us.
I want to stay for the majority tea because don't nobody tell me shit.
Oh, bet.
Don't nobody tell me.
You checking on if it's live?
Yeah, we Gucci. We good.
Okay.
Camera's running low, but we got time. We got time.
You
Let's
every
be
now
quick.
and then you check out what's going on. A lot of our culture is happening via Slack at all times, at any point of the day. Because okay,
Between quotables, Stoop.
my favorite majority tea that came up today because it's an old argument, but it's Krispy Kreme versus Dunkin'. Because apparently everybody in this room is Krispy Kreme. I forget where you stand.
Okay, good.
See,
Yeah.
good. We got into this
Krispy
debate.
Dunkin' for coffee, that's cool. But
I was gonna
Krispy
say
Kreme
there's a
donuts
large
are-
part of majority that likes Dunkin' and will order it for whatever big meetings and things that we have. And let's just say there's been heat. There's been debates.
There's no
I prefer Krispy
other
Kreme, but we're not
feeling
getting it.
than going past a Krispy Kreme and seeing that hot donut.
donut.
Yes, come on. Dunkin' Donuts could never. I'm sorry.
Put it back in the Slack. Put it back in the Slack.
They could
Fight with the
never.
Stephania and fight with the Dunkin' crew.
I
Cause
wouldn't recommend making this, but have y'all seen Luther Burgers before?
no.
Oh,
With
yes.
the Krispy
Krispy
Kreme
Kreme
buns. Yeah, and then
It's
the
big.
burger and the
That sounds like something I've had in New York City before.
That's-
honestly.
That's all the Boondocks, right?
Yeah, Luther
What does
Burger.
say? They don't call it the Dunkin' Donut burger.
Oh no, that's like
Is-
punishment.
Yeah.
Type that in wrong. Luther Burger.
Yeah.
Can we?
Highly unhealthy. Please don't. I don't recommend it. But like as a novelty,
I can't eat that. I can't eat that.
That's the same episode where they had made the beds.
The itis, yeah.
Yeah, the Ida's beds. They
Yeah.
were eating in the bed. That's to this day.
All I'll say about the Dunkin' versus Crispy argument is this. And we all as marketers should appreciate this
Make it
point.
official. Yes,
And
yes.
you should there's just not any denying it. I feel like all that needed to be said was said when Dunkin' decided to make the decision to drop donuts from their name.
I said once they
When
realized.
people tell you who they are,
Insecure about themselves.
believe them.
Oh, snap.
Insecure about their own
That's
product.
all I'm saying.
Okay.
And I don't even know that it's insecurity. It's just like double down on what makes you great.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Double down on
Like
what
you
makes
said,
you
maybe
great.
it's the coffee. I don't drink coffee, so
They
I can't
make,
even
they
say
make
that.
good breakfast.
The
I would
coffee,
say.
Okay.
you know,
Their breakfast is straight.
Figure it out because it ain't
yeah,
donuts.
breakfast sandwiches even. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'm like nice little sausage, egg, and cheese croissant.
Mm-hmm.
Do a little, you know.
Oh yeah, the breakfast sandwiches. I've heard a lot about them. But
I never
the
had
donuts
one.
are like bricks.
They have no flavor. It's literally
Bricks
just
is crazy.
dough with icing. I'm like, what are we eating
It's
right
a cake.
now?
It's a cake
My mama
nut.
love
But
Dunkin'
it's
Donuts.
interesting just from a regional perspective because like I know that's like a northern.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So like it makes me wonder how palates are.
And it's I believe it's out of tradition and habit because they are on every corner as a coffee destination, and it's like the whole Dunkin' thing is like the reason a Krispy Kreme donut could never live in the ecosystem of a Dunkin' Donut world because it was always meant to be the like you if you
Hence
want to
the
dip.
name
Yeah,
Dunkin'.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
was that their thing?
Yeah, Dunkin'
Donuts
Donuts.
thing. Wow.
Do you dunk them in the coffee?
I am this
I
years
guess
old.
people, I mean, cause how else are you gonna soften the things up? They
Yeah.
got that thing,
So
like,
that's what I'm like, a
This is
Krispy Kreme
such
donut
a
could not
good
survive
point.
in that ecosystem. It would be like as soon as it gets to the heat, it just starts melting down.
which is harder to eat?
I'm so
A Popeyes biscuit or a Dunkin' Donut?
Ooh.
No water, just straight.
I gotta go with that Popeyes biscuit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I gotta go.
Because
with
once
it.
it gets
stuck
right, I
to
can
the
feel
roof.
it.
I can feel it right now, real time.
And don't lay stuck to the roof of the back of your mouth.
Yeah.
You got.
That memory doesn't go away.
You got.
Yo,
That memory doesn't go away.
all in jest. Shout out to both. You know,
Listen, last time we messed up our Mr. B sponsorship. Now we messing up our Dunkin' Donuts sponsorship. It's okay.
Listen, can't wait for people to argue about we having them. All right.
No, what's the other tea? Because
Oh, yeah.
our
Don't skip
tea-
it. Oh my
No,
god.
we need to hit on
All
that
right.
tea because
when this episode comes out, Juneteenth will have passed. But don't spend it in a hot field. Don't spend it picking nothing. Don't spend it picking nothing. Because we have had a coworker positive. We'd like to spend our Juneteenth weekend. Shout you. I'm not gonna say your name. Shout you out. I'm so sorry.
You know who
we'd
you
like
are.
to spend our Juneteenth weekend picking blueberries, and I said,
I respect the fact that he was going for something different. Like, you know, I'm gonna shoot him some bail. He was, hey, you know.
But I
nerve.
read y'all what OJ said because that
nerve.
was the funniest thing I've ever heard.
But why that didn't even dawn on me until I saw your comment. I was like, oh.
Because she said, for those who don't know, she said, not on Free Slaves Weekend in a hot field.
I'm just saying, it's the first thing that came to mind. It's hot.
It's hot.
And you want me in a field picking fruit? No, sir.
My ancestors would be pissed.
My fingers hurting? That don't feel right. This is supposed to be celebrating freedom.
It's even worse because the man was black.
You know what?
That's a good.
They need to try again in the fall with some apples.
There we go. That's not. And then we're reaching up. We're reaching up high. We're reaching.
Let's-
We're not crouching on the ground.
Let's
Okay.
find another activity for Juneteenth
Thank you.
weekend.
Honestly.
I'm glad everybody at least saw what I was trying to say.
Even though I do love me some blueberries.
That was the sad
High in
part.
antioxidants.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check my socials from far away, and y'all all gonna be outside with
No.
me.
I'm not.
Oh.
Yeah, catch me picking nothing.
Exactly.
I cannot.
I will say I've picked strawberries with my mom and stuff before. Great activity, just not this weekend. For the record.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna catch y'all next episode. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, and you can now listen to our audio only podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We got more stuff coming soon as well.
Amazon, all the other platforms. Like, share, follow, subscribe, whatever the Gen
About
Z
to be
kids say.
everywhere. That's it, y'all.
See
We
y'all
out.
later.
Peace.
Let it be ghetto. Let it be great.
Yeah.
Is that our sign off every time now?
Yeah.
Probably not, but I like it.
I do like it.
Yeah.